Wow, good morning and welcome to a most amazing, beautiful, sunny Mijas Pueblo mountain. Welcome to the Pure Energy Healing Academy, guys. It's a beautiful day. I've just done my meditation this morning on the mountain, come down, and now ready for a full day's work with crystals. So it's a great day, and today's topic of conversation follows on from the past two other videos that I've done regarding spirit's helping hand or spirit signs. A lot of people run very fast when the word spirit is mentioned because they put it into a box and they perceive it as hocus pocus or whatever. For me, it's just a word, and spirit is a word that also identifies me. So I don't believe in life or death as such. I just believe that we are all spirit. So when I say the signs from spirit, I mean from our family on the other side, the veil between the two worlds, which is so thin that each day we tend to miss our signs. And I spent 38 years missing my signs, even though they were so profound. And I think a lot of the times it is because our society as a whole has suppressed magic, the truth, and they've suppressed us from being who we're meant to be, and the true guides and the people who are the gurus that I consider to be the enlightened ones. Everything seems to be back to front. We seem to be following the wrong people. We seem to be chasing the wrong dreams. So I think maybe if I can help people as I help myself by some of the wonderful, amazing synchronicities that happened along my journey of life, then maybe it may, I don't know, kickstart, or it may relighten the flame within you that's always been there to be able to believe. And I think ultimately that's what this is about. How we end up believing, or whether you call it faith, is a personal journey, and it doesn't matter where it comes from, how it comes. I just believe that our moment comes in its own time, so there's no reason to push or force. So that said, today's lovely true story is about the day that I was down on the coast here with my first mentor, and I was working on business cards to see, what I wanted to put on a business card, because it was at that very moment then I decided to start doing my work and charging for it. And it was quite a challenging moment, because of self-worth and, the stigma that's attached to, working for a living and doing this spiritual work, or this work that I do. So when I was down there, I was writing a few things down, and all of a sudden, for no reason, I just turned and looked, and I caught this beautiful glimpse of the Buddhist temple. It's called the stupa. And I went, wow, look! And the sun was shining on the gold top of the stupa. And she went, that's beautiful. And I went, yeah, it really is beautiful. So I continued, and we'd only just got there 15 minutes into the conversations we were having about the business cards, and I said, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore. I don't know why, but is it okay if we go? I just want to go. Is that possible? And she looked a bit confused, and she said, why? And I said, I don't know, but I just feel as if I want to go. Is it okay if I can take you now home? And I just want to go. So she said, yeah, sure. She was a bit miffed, but she got up, and we got into the car and we started driving up the mountain to Mijas Pueblo. As we were driving up the mountain, she said, you've taken the wrong turning, as we were talking. And I said, oh gosh, yeah, silly me. So I'm heading along the road, and I said, but don't worry, when we get to the roundabout, I can turn up and we can go up the long way up the mountain, the Belmadina way. She said, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So we continued talking. Anyway, she said, you've done it again, you've turned the wrong way. And I went, oh yeah. And as I'm driving along, I said, well, don't worry, when we get to the roundabout, I can turn back round and go back. So as I'm driving along, there's a Buddhist monk all in his robes, and he's looking at us doing this. So I pull over and I wind the window down, realizing that I've driven the wrong way to get to the Buddhist temple, the very same temple that I was looking at not 15 minutes ago. And I said, "Is everything okay? What's going on?" And he said, "It is an initiation." And I said, "Oh, what's that?" "Well, there are 3 lamas, or was it 4 lamas, are now here waiting to do initiation. Please drive down, find a parking space and join us." So that's exactly what we did. In the thousands of people that were there at the bottom of the stupa, don't ask me how, but we managed to just walk down and straight to the very front without even trying or wanting to. We just had ended up at the front, and before we knew it, we were one of the first 15 people to be to have an initiation blessing by a young lama who was only, I think, 8 years old, and then they used a hat that they put on us, and then water, and it was amazing. And when we sat down, we were both like in awe of what had just happened. I didn't really think about it until she turned around, because she was very good at analysing things, and she said, "You know what, Mark? This was for you." And I said, "What was?" She said, "Today, now. You were brought here. Don't you see that?" And I went, "No." And it took me a while to figure it out. The moral of the story isn't that God or the Buddha or a spirit wanted me to become a Buddhist. I think the moral of the story is that out of the whole world, out of all the people who live in the world, out of the very many belief systems and religions, they're all used for our greater good, to help us achieve the enlightenment in any way. This is why I have no issues with religion, in the sense of whatever you believe is fine. If it helps you get to where you need to be, then that is a platform to help you find your inner peace and your inner, religion or God, your inner spirit, your inner life. Doesn't matter, whatever it is. So I don't resent any religion. I don't blame any religion. I just say that they're all used there for us to create or to walk a path to find our own enlightenment. That was just one beautiful story that I found fascinating, that how the amazing synchronicity of spirit can stop me doing something and gently push me in a direction without even realizing, to a most beautiful moment that very rarely happens there. And I think that's a beautiful story that definitely, for me, confirms the amazing power of spirit, your family, and my family in spirit. I have many hundreds more stories, and I'll continue to share these stories with you day by day. I think the moral of this story is more one of, if you're in a really difficult moment in your life, if you really feel that the challenges are so much and you feel almost like the world is against you, and that spirit doesn't care, and there's no such thing as the spirit world, and no such thing as, your life becoming wonderful and happy. It is at them moments when you feel like that when magic happens. And if there is any reassurance I can give to you, it is that of the thousands of people that I have seen who have been on the floor on their knees, and then in time I meet them again, and they are stronger and more powerful and more amazing than ever before. And every time I ask them the same question: if you had a choice, would you go through the same situation in your next lifetime? And most of them say, "You know what, Mark, I wouldn't be the person that I am now without that happening." And that always makes me smile, because it makes me realize that they're not mistakes. You're not punished. You're not filled with negativity of other people who are sending you black magic and voodoo and whatever nonsense that you want to attach to it. I just think that you are amazing if you go through so much pain, and I think that you are the greatest warriors in this world. So hold your head up high today, stand up and let it go. Let everything go. That's the secret. You let it go and that's it. So I'm going to say goodbye because my wonderful builder is in there working away and it's just calling me. So I want to say goodbye today. Have a great day. I love you all. Be amazing. And remember, Spirit's helping hand is only a breath away, a wink away. Open your heart and you will feel them and you will see your signs. Grab this. Bye guys.